Grand Rising, everyone. Eminence Finance Community here, back again with another video. And for those of you guys who are new to my channel, please click that notification bell, subscribe, show a brother some love. I really appreciate that. But with that being said, let me just get to the point. I'm making this video to make a point, to prove a point to one specific individual who commented under my YouTube channel just about 2 hours ago. Actually, not just him. I want to just this point is being proved. Not to just him, but everybody else who comes off as an opposition under my YouTube comments in regards to this specific DoorDash video that I made a couple months ago about how I was wrongfully terminated from the platform. It was the do not support DoorDash. I went from being the top dasher to fired within a month video. It's that video. And I have to prove a point about something, because this guy, and I'm going to go to his comment right now, this specific comment that this guy right here, Alidis313, I don't even know if I pronounced his name right. If I did, good stuff on my part. If I didn't, I apologize if I did not pronounce your name right. If you're watching this video, I apologize if I did not pronounce your name right. But with that being said, I'm going to have to expose your comment because, you said something interesting, and I'm going to have to prove a point to basically counter what you said. Now, if I could just get to the comment now, how do you get there? Oh, okay. I believe it's this comment right here where he's talking about percentages. We're basically talking about, well, first and foremost, he says he thinks I was rightfully terminated from the platform. And we're talking about my whole 28% on time or early percent. And every time someone brings that up, by the way, I always talk about how DoorDash's rating system is flawed, which it really is. And I'm going to get to that in a second. It's flawed. It's not accurate. And my on-time or early percentage should be much higher than that, especially per 100 deliveries completed. My last 100 deliveries completed. But it's not, because it's inaccurate. I wish there was a better way to prove that, but, I still have enough information on the DoorDash app that I recently just re-downloaded again just to show you guys a little thing or two. Actually, show this guy, the guy that just commented me, show him something just to counter his argument. Because what he basically said, actually, this is not the comment. All right, this is the comment that I'm going to counter with what I'm going to show him, what I'm going to show you guys real soon. All right, he's basically saying this, and I'm going to read the comment right now. He said, first you said 20 deliveries went up 1%. And now you're saying 30 deliveries went up 2%. He's referring to, by the way, when he said that, he's referring to when I said I had a streak, which I did, by the way. I had a streak of deliveries when I was on time for like 20 or 30 deliveries straight. I don't remember the exact number, but I believe it was around 30 deliveries straight when I was actually on time with these orders. And my on-time percentage, I checked after I completed that long streak of deliveries of being on time. I checked my ratings, and my on-time percentage only went up like 2 or 3%. And I'm like, wow, after all these deliveries I did on time, it only goes up 2%. But the second I'm late for a delivery, though, that thing is quick to drop like 3 or 4 or 5% off one order. And again, I wish I could just prove that. I wish I could. I wish I still have my DoorDash account active so I can actually do a couple orders on time and show you how that thing never updates, and do one order and be intentionally late for it and see how quick that thing updates in the negative direction. I wish I could just do that right now, but I can't because I'm deactivated. But yeah, that's what he was referring to with that comment in the beginning of the paragraph. But I'm gonna just continue on reading. He's talking about averages. All right, he said, I take it you're not great with averages. You are at 1,600 deliveries. It's not going to jump drastically from 30 deliveries. If 28% of 1,600 deliveries are on time, that means roughly 460 of your 1,600 deliveries are on time. Okay, now add 30 to those 460. It's still only 490 of 1,600. It's still way less than a third. A third is 33%. You said it jumped 2 points, which puts you at 30%. A third would be 33%. 533 on time deliveries out of 1,600 is one third exactly. So 490 out of 1,600 at 30% is mathematically accurate. Once it drops, once it dropped below 50% with over 1,000 deliveries, you were on borrowed time. Your on time percentage dropped so low that there was just not enough time to bounce back. Logically, you really gave yourself no chance. It just isn't mathematically possible to fix in time to avoid deactivation. All right, that's the end of what he said right there on that one specific comment. And I would agree with this guy 100% if the rating system was a certain way. But according to DoorDash, which I'm going to show you guys in just a minute, but according to DoorDash, they don't go by lifetime deliveries as far as their rating system is concerned. It goes by your last 100 deliveries. And I don't know if this guy knows that or not, but I'm gonna show him real soon in this video that it does not go by the lifetime. It goes by the last 100 completed deliveries. So with that being said, if it goes by to your last 100 deliveries, that means that their rating system is definitely flawed, because I know good and damn well in my last 100 deliveries, especially the last 100, because that was around the time when I was still a top dasher and I was in the month of trying to maintain top dasher status for the next month. I was accepting good orders and trying my very best to complete them on time. And for the most part, I was on time. I'm not going to sit here and say I was on time for every single order out of 100, but I was on time for damn near a lot of them, damn near all of them. My thing, my percentage should, at least on estimate, it should be in the high 80s to early 90s percentage. But instead, it shows 28%, and I have no idea why. And I'm going to show you a comment that I wrote to this guy about my experience when I first started DoorDash, because I want to let you guys know that I'm a very genuine individual and I have no reason to lie about anything. As you guys can see right here, I started DoorDash in June of 2018. Now, back then, I was making a whole lot of mistakes. A whole lot of mistakes. Back then, my on-time percentage was 7%. It was bad. Now, I admit I deserved that percentage at the time, because I was multi-apping at the time, and I thought, I was, I thought I knew what I was doing, because when I was multi-apping with Postmates and DoorDash, I was just taking orders that was close to each other and, just knocking them down and all of that. And I felt like I was all good, like as long as the customer is happy, they're happy. That was my mindset back then when I first started these gig platforms back in 2018. But, I started checking my DoorDash ratings and whatnot, and I noticed that thing was at 7% around the time. And I was like, wow, that's pretty low. And, they never sent me no warning or nothing like that. So I didn't really pay it that much attention. I mean, I seen it and I was aware of it when I first seen it, but I didn't really pay attention. So I was still multi-apping around the time that year in 2018 and stuff like that. And I had a low on time percentage at the time. And then, I started looking at YouTube videos and looking at stuff on Google seeing how people was deactivated off DoorDash, and I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe I should start taking these ratings a little bit more seriously. So I would say like around 2019, I actually stopped multi-apping and focused on one app at a time. I mainly did DoorDash because DoorDash is more busy in my neighborhood, and Postmates I would have to go to a specific part of New York City to get consistent deliveries on Postmates, which is outside of my neighborhood. I didn't want to do all of that all the time, so I mainly did DoorDash, and I was doing Uber Eats around like 2019 as well. But I mainly did DoorDash though. DoorDash was my favorite because it was consistent and everything was good. I liked the platform and all of that. So I focus on improving some of my ratings on DoorDash. And by the way, my customer rating was also not that good at some point. At one point, I didn't have a so good customer rating, but I managed to get that together, which was good. But yeah, at one point, my customer rating was like slightly under 4.5. Now it's at 4.81. But again, I don't even know how accurate that is because, I feel like the entire rating system is inaccurate, even the good ones that I have. But, let me continue on. But yeah, 2019 and especially 2020, my focus was to improve my rating, specifically the on time or early percent rating. And I noticed that thing was just hell to improve. And from 2018 all the way up to 2020 when I was deactivated, I went from a 7% to 28%. So that's how it is. But again, it's supposedly DoorDash is only supposed to when it comes to that rating and some of the other ratings too, it's supposed to only go by your last 100. But it seems that's not the case. It seems like, although they say that, it's going by my lifetime deliveries. And you know what? I'm gonna say this as well. Even if it does go by my lifetime deliveries. By the way, let me back out of this and go to the app, because I did say I was gonna go to the app and show you guys something in regards to the rating system. Okay. I re-downloaded the app, by the way, just to show you guys my ratings. All right, you see where it says from your last 100 deliveries completed? That's the way the ratings are supposed to count, not your lifetime deliveries. But it seems like it's counting the lifetime deliveries, because why is it that every time I'm early for a delivery, this thing almost never goes up? It stays at 28%. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to say that, because before I was deactivated, it was actually at 26%. And then I had completed like 5 deliveries early in a row, and it went from 26 to 28. So it jumped another 2 ticks before I was deactivated. I'll say that. But it just doesn't go fast. It doesn't update quick at all. It takes a long time to update. Or it just barely updates, or never updates at all. It stays at the same number for a while before it decides to go up 1% or 2%. That's how it is. And I don't know, it just seems like, although it says from your last 100 deliveries completed, it feels like it's counting my lifetime deliveries of 1,537 lifetime. And even if that was the case, you know what? I know I had a bad start in the beginning, but even with that bad start, I know damn well my on time or early percentage should still be higher than 28%. It still should be higher than that. I would say at least like, it should be like at least like 60% lifetime. Because I did have a bad start. I'll admit that. Like I said, I was multi-apping, not knowing what the hell I was doing back in 2018. But I started to clean up that multi-apping thing in 2019 and 2020. Whereas, I focused on one app at a time. That's how I started doing business, when I started to take the ratings more seriously. And understood how to work these apps better. You know what I'm saying? But even if they did count the lifetime total deliveries, my on-time percentage should not be this low. It should not. And I wish there was a way to prove this, but there's no way to prove it, unfortunately. So it is what it is. I mean, I'm not stressing it because, after I was deactivated from DoorDash, I'm actually doing better in life now than I was a couple months ago. I'm actually making way more money doing other things than, working with DoorDash. Even though I kind of did miss the platform. But as much crap as I talk about DoorDash or Don't Dash, whatever nickname I give them, when I was working with DoorDash, it was pretty cool. I'll admit that. But they're a shady company, so I ain't got nothing. I don't have nothing nice. I don't have nothing nice to say about the company anymore. So it is what it is with that. But yeah, man, it's crazy, man. These guys wrongfully terminated me, and I wish I had the proof, but you know what? That's how these companies are, man. They'll find a way to deactivate you in ways in which the driver or whatever can't really provide any proof. So my advice to you guys is to stay on your toes in P's and Q's, man. Like when it comes to if you're working with DoorDash still, make sure that you take pictures every time you're at the person's house, and so that you don't have to deal with no fraud customers trying to scam you saying that they didn't get their food, because there's customers out there like that does that. So take the pictures, record everything, man. Keep everything on file, because that's the mistake I made when I was doing this. I didn't record everything. I didn't take pictures when I should have taken pictures of every single delivery I've done, so I can have proof just in case things go south. I didn't do that. So I can't really prove anything in regards to DoorDash, but I can damn sure expose how shady they are, which I've done on several videos that I've already made and will continue to do when I hear some bad stories about them, about DoorDash and what they do wrong. But yeah, man, make sure that you keep everything on file, record everything, just have your proof on deck, man, because these companies, the bigger they get, they're so quick to just scam the living hell out of their employees or people that, work with them and whatever. Their affiliates and all of that stuff too. You know what I'm saying? So just stay up on just be alert, man. Don't make the same mistakes I made. What else can I say about DoorDash? Yeah, I mean, again, this is just a video to prove a point, man. To that specific guy, especially, that was going back and forth with me about the whole averages and all of that stuff. I can understand where he's coming from. If it doesn't, I can understand the whole thing where he's coming from when he's talking about all my deliveries and stuff like that and the averages. If DoorDash never said that they only count the last 100 deliveries completed, but on the app, according to them, they count the last 100. It's not the lifetime. So you know even if I was at 28% lifetime, it shouldn't count. It should count by what they say on the app, your last 100 completed. And I know damn well my last 100 deliveries, I was not late 72% of the time. I know damn well. But again, I just don't have the proof. I can't provide the proof. So it is what it is. But I wish I did have the proof though, man. But, all I can tell you is that don't make the same mistakes as I made. But, I don't know. Let me go back to my YouTube comments. I don't even, again, so I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. Alitas313. Again, if I'm pronouncing it wrong, I apologize. But hopefully you come across this video so you can see what I'm talking about, man. I would agree with what you were saying with your comment in regards to the whole averages of my total deliveries, but again, DoorDash, supposedly they count these ratings based on your last 100 deliveries completed, not your lifetime deliveries completed. So it is what it is, man. I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on with DoorDash, but they're clearly not being honest in regards to their rating system. That's for sure. That is for sure. And again, like I say in my comments, every time someone mentions my 28%, their rating system is inaccurate. It does not update accurately. It's slow to update too. I've had other drivers tell me this as well. They've had the same, problems. They've experienced the same issues with the slow updates and the inaccuracy in regards to all the the ratings and stuff like that. And as a matter of fact, let me go back real quick to the app because I noticed something new that I never that they never had before. Let me go back. Let me go back. Let me go back. They never used to have this right here when I was working with DoorDash. This is interesting. So 4 people gave me 1 star, 3 people gave me 4 stars, and 93 gave me 5 stars. I don't even know how accurate that is because, again, if these guys are not accurately calculating my on-time percentage, then I don't even know if this is accurate. In my mind, my customer rating is probably higher than this. You know what I'm saying? It should be because I was going crazy in 2020. I was a top dasher in the month of August because of my efficiency with these deliveries, the way I was like the speed in which I was completing it. As a matter of fact, I think to be a top dasher, your completion rate it had to be at 95%, and your acceptance rates had to be at 70% within the month, and your average customer ratings it had to be at least 4.7 to be a top dasher for the month. And I accomplished that in July. So I was a top dasher in August. And I tried my very best to maintain the top dasher status for the month of September. But, I was kind of short on the acceptance rate. And by the way, I feel like I got scammed with that too because I remember I was accepting every goddamn order. And again, the rating system again, I accepted these orders and I noticed this thing never went up. But the second I either unassigned myself for an order due to a restaurant taking forever, this thing drops down like maybe 2 or 3% or something like that. But every time I accept an order like 10, 20, 30 times in a row, it updates, it goes slow. It doesn't really improve at all. Rarely improves. So that's how I lost the top dasher status for September. But it is what it is, man. Like I'm not on DoorDash anymore, so all this stuff is basically irrelevant. But you know, I still like to expose DoorDash for what they are because they're a bunch of scumbags in regards to how they treat their drivers and employees or whomever. So that's part of my job on this YouTube channel is to expose the nonsense that is DoorDash and influence you guys to not support them when they act like this. But I don't really have anything else to say. I think I've said enough. So again, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Click that notification bell to see some future upcoming videos that I post on my wonderful channel. I post a lot about gambling, sports betting, and any way to make money in regards to stock market and cryptocurrencies, etc. Hence the name Eminence Finance Community. So peace out, everyone. Everyone have a safe, blessed morning and take care.